WBKO director Josh Hines took what would become a very fateful trip to Egypt. While there, he fell in love with a stray dog on the street. She was abandoned and crippled. Josh raised funds to transport her here to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where he named her Sphinx and nursed her back to health, giving her a home and a family. But Josh's work with animals in need in Egypt didn't stop there. Today, he is a very active volunteer with Egyptian Society for Mercy to Animals, or ESMA. How many times have you been to Egypt now?
Three. Just got back last month again.
And I know one time you brought several animals back with you, right?
I did that this May. I brought 4 back, and then last year I brought 7 back.
Why is this such an issue in Egypt?
They have no laws protecting animals at all. So the stray population's crazy. There's a city of 20 million people just in Cairo. So there's one shelter basically, which is ESMA. That's the biggest one. There's a few smaller ones that are like, you know, more kind of pockets. But they've got over 1,000 animals at ESMA. And if you walk down any street block, you're gonna run into 15 to 20 stray dogs or cats that's just where they are.
And are they malnourished? Are they hurting?
Some, yeah. They don't have a spay-neuter release or anything, so population control is terrible. But ESMA's at the point now where they're so flooded that they can only take in injured animals.
You've shared some photos from some of their shelters, and again, they're overrun, and they do what they can, but they need help, right?
Yeah. Now, when I went there last year, it was the 10-year anniversary, and what you're seeing there is the cat shelter.
You know I love kitty cats.
Yeah. Well, they have a separate cat and dog shelter. They're about to merge into one. That's from the dog shelter. And they had some really like catastrophic storms a couple months ago that was like kind of unheard of. So the dog shelter, and he has a girl in the middle of all those dogs. Both shelters took a lot of damage. So they're kind of at a point right now where they're trying to patch up, well, I'll speak of this real quick. So that's a dog. They had just taken her in when I was there last year. It's a husky, and she'd been really badly burned. And then when I went back last month, that's her that I'm kind of hugging there.
So much better.
Yeah.
They've really been able to help
She's still
her.
available as far as I know, and there's no need for a husky in a country like that.
No. But she looks, again, you can see how hurt she was there. There's a group photo. There are a great group of people there doing, again, what they can to help these animals. And they've really taken you in.
They have, yeah.
You're an honorary member of them over there.
Yeah. I've started running their website for them. They're just always in need of something, like money, volunteers, people to fly back pets, because the cost of, when I got my dog over, to fly her over as cargo was like maybe $1,200. But then when I brought 7 dogs back last year, that was $1,400 total. So to have a parent, like a flight parent, claim them is just such a big deal.
And we did a big story on that back in 2010. You were doing that fundraising because you became so attached to Sphinx. Something about her just really touched your heart. Yeah,
you know, a lot of people say, like, when they go to a shelter and they see a dog and that was their dog, and they were like, oh, it was just, I knew when I saw that one. For me, it was that dog. But she just happened to be over there.
And you see the before and after. I mean, you see how skinny she was, and she just looks so sad. It breaks your heart.
Yeah.
The photo on the left, she looks just traumatized. But then on that photo on the right, you know, she's a happy girl.
Yeah, well, they thought she'd been hit by a car. That's why her arm's kind of up, and she only has the one ear that comes up. But yeah, she's doing great. When she came over here, like, they had her for 2 months at the shelter. Like, she was already doing a lot better. It took a long time to get her up to weight.
I know it did.
Yeah.
And she's a very, again, happy girl today.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And then there is that dog you were showing us earlier. There's Sphinx, right?
No,
or was that another dog? She looks like Sphinx. Okay.
They call them Baladies. It's like local dog, stray dog, basically mutts. And that's the biggest problem over there, where people seem to want to adopt purebred dogs, but all the mutts, they told me when I went there last year that in the 10 years they've been open, they had adopted out 2 of the Baladi dogs within Egypt in 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
The other ones are here or Europe or something like that.
And so again, the need is so strong. And you have a big show tonight at Tidball. Some great bands lined up, ready to raise some money.
Yep, 2 of my bands are playing. Those Cobros were going to go on at 10, and then Bass Invaders will go on last. And we have FFOYA and the Pretty OKs will go in between us. And Yellowberry's giving away 2 pet photo sessions, just kind of random to people. The BG Cheese Wagon will be there, giving away a portion of their sales. Shots are going to give away a portion. They've got like a flight of shots lined up, named after the bands.
It's Friday night. So.
Yeah, so start your night out there. They'll give a portion of that sales to the shelter, and it's awesome because, like I said, they took all the storm damage and they're trying to like sort of band-aid that because they're having to move to a new shelter in a few months. So they're sort of under an extra strain because you've got this cost of keeping the animals safe for the next few months while also trying to build from the ground up the new shelter. So it's a particularly tough time.
And I bet they're just thrilled that they're getting that support from here. Bowling Green, Kentucky, of all places.
Yeah, it's kind of random how stuff happens to you sometimes. You just take a vacation and then left with my heart broken, and now, you know, got this dog and working for, or volunteering for this shelter.
It's an incredible story.
Other side of the world. It's awesome.
All right, thank you, Josh, for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Josh. And come out tonight. The ESMA benefit is at 9 o'clock at Tidballs. You can learn more about ESMA at esmaegypt.org.